I see a world of beauty. I touch, I touch, I touch, I feel. I feel the world around so real. And everything I do, I dedicate to you. 'Cause you made me, I am for you. I listen, 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 I hear.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to the VOC Kids Club. I'm Quanita Kamaar, and yes, it's Friday today. We've just, ended off the Jumu'ah earlier, and we had some inspirational talks before the 3 o'clock news. But I have a few special guests in studio. I have some feathery friends in studio. They can also talk, and you might hear the noise also, chitter if I can call it that way. But yes, I've got a special guest in studio, and her name is Kashifa Gelderblom. She's 12 years old, and she is the eldest child of 3 children. She has 2 sisters, and her mother and grandmother are in studio with her today, along with the siblings. And she actually loves pets so much that she has 9 parrots. And 2 of them are in studio with us here today. Assalamu alaikum, Kashifa. Welcome.
Assalamu alaikum.
How are you feeling today?
A bit excited.
Alhamdulillah. Not nervous?
A bit.
Okay. Well, our nerves is normal. But I'm very excited. Before going on air, I actually managed to chat to Mujahid and is it Rishad? Rishad. And they are our feathery friends in studio today. So now, Kashfa, I'd like firstly, before we introduce our listener to our feathery friends who are parrots, I want for you to first give an introduction and tell us who Kashifa Gelderblom is.
Where do you start?
So I think also the most interesting part I think about your story is that what I do know is that at the age of 6 years, you had embraced Islam along with your family. So maybe start off at that point. You were 6 years old. What do you still remember about that day?
Well, I remember that we went to a mosque to embrace Islam, and then after that, my life changed. It was a good change. I loved it a lot. I started to look for madrasas where I find that I like it. I feel belonged. Then when I started at some institute, yes. Sheikh Abdurrahman, my institute, it was very nice, and I learned about the history. But when I was younger, I never knew about the history.
Okay. So yes, you are with the Sheikh Abdurrahman May Institute, but also, if you'd like to see who Kashifa is, I now invite you, the listener, to go onto Facebook. We are streaming this interview live on Facebook, so we're waving to all our viewers on Facebook. Assalamu alaikum to you. This is Kashifa and her family are in studio with us. Now, you will also be reading a story, and I know that you have a special story, and that is with regards to Mujahid. Mujahid looks a bit sleepy. Mujahid, assalamu alaikum. Tell us about Mujahid, Kashifa.
The reason why I'm sleepy right now is because he got his medicine.
Oh.
So he's a bit
Okay. So tell us, you've brought along 2 of your parrots. So give us a bit of background on, are they of the same breed or are they different? Maybe we start off with that.
Okay. He's trying to get out there.
Okay.
But they are different. This one is Rishad is a McCoy, and Mujahid is a, what's it called again? Amazon.
Oh, Amazon. Okay, so tell us, how you actually, did you purchase these parrots at a pet shop? Is it, somebody that actually breeds parrots? What is it like? How did you guys end up together?
It's a breed. We had a lot of different animals. Mostly birds.
All right.
So then my mommy just came into the pet shop, and then she saw him. Okay. She just try not to look because she already have a lot of birds. She's like, try not to look. But then she goes so sad because she's like us.
Okay.
And all his feathers were out, so I actually felt very sorry for him.
Okay.
And so we took him at that specific moment.
Okay, so Mujahid, like so. Can all of your parrots fly? Give us some insight into. I think firstly, maybe give some tips to anyone who's maybe feeling encouraged and thinking, "Wow, 9 parrots! Like it must be really easy to care for them." So maybe tell us about that.
It's not very easy. It's a lot of cages and a lot of bird poop. I'm just telling you that. Especially with a McCoy, it's a ginormous bird with a lot of poop. Just to say that. So if you want a bird, especially a McCoy, you need to have the responsibility to take care of it.
Okay.
And when we got him, he wasn't in a cage. He was like a dog just walking around normally. He was even with dogs. So yeah.
Okay.
So when he's not used to a cage, he didn't know what a cage was. So when
Alright.
we put him in a cage, he was a little crazy
Okay.
because he always holds, he was flat.
Yes.
But it's like, so when he's in the cage, he has to sit on sticks. So
Yes.
he didn't really know how to do that.
So can he fly now? Is he?
No. They cut his wings.
Oh,
So
okay.
he's just normal,
Okay.
walking around.
All right. So. Oh yeah.
He has a ginormous beak.
Okay.
And
So he's also talkative. Like you guys are like a similar personalities. Can you say that? Oh.
yes. We saw him, his beak is skew. Like,
Okay.
so
Okay.
So my mommy really wanted him because since she was very small, so we got him.
Okay.
He's trying to break it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I don't think it would be possible for us to maybe remove him and maybe take him out. Would he fly off? Because seeing as his wings are clipped. Do you want to maybe take him out?
Yes, it's fine.
Yeah. We can. Hopefully he won't. He maybe. Oh, so yes. So Kashifa is trying to get Rashad out of the cage, and you know what? No, he's actually very big. And if you go onto Facebook now, you'd be able to actually see how big he is. The size of you said what is he's a McCoy.
Yeah.
So if you're wondering what the McCoy is, then you can actually view our live on Facebook. Yeah. So now, Kashifa, you have a book that you'll also be reading today, and just give us an overview of this book, because this is something it's a book that you've read before.
Yes, I read a lot of books, but my personal favorite is this one because it's actually true.
Okay, so Rashad is trying to also speak into the microphone. So Kashifa's mom is just taking over there. So yes, so the book title. What's the title of the book?
Don't judge a book by its cover.
All right. So I think maybe let's commence with the reading. So the book is titled "Don't Judge a Book by Its Cover," and I'm also thinking, just as I was pleasantly surprised to see how big the McCoy parrot is. I didn't actually expect to see for him to be as big, so I was judging him by his cover. But now I hand over to you, and you can commence with the reading.
Harry lived with his family, father and sister Tia, in a small town. He loved to play outside for hours on end. Tia was still a baby and couldn't run around, so Harry made up his own games about parrots, pirates, and superheroes. Harry's mother would take both the children to the playground every day. There, Harry and his friends would play hide and seek, tag, and other games. Every day, Harry would be dressed at the front of the door. Mother would bring Tia in a stroller while Harry and his friends played. Mother would sit with Tia and tell her stories. Sometimes she would talk to all the other mothers in the group. One day, Harry and his friends were playing on the slide. Just then, a small boy came towards them. He was very skinny and had short, messy hair. His clothes were old and slightly torn. The boy said, "Hi, my name is Tom. May I play with you?" "No," shouted one boy. "You're dirty. We don't want to play with you." The little boy was hurt. He lowered his head and walked away. Tom, the tiny boy, would come to the playground every day, but none of the boys would play with him. He would sit alone and watch the others. All the children would tease him and call him names. This made him sad. Once Harry heard one of the boys say, "Did you know Tom is a thief?" "Harry," told his mother. "Harry," his mother exclaimed, "did you know that Tom's father is very poor? That's why he cannot wear nice new clothes like you. Just because he does not dress and look like you does not mean that he is a bad person. Never judge a book by its cover." Harry felt ashamed. "I'll play with Tom today even if no one else does," he thought to himself. When Harry reached the playground, he saw his friend Jack shouting at Tom. "What happened?" asked Harry. Jack replied, "I left my skipping rope here and went on the slide. When I came back, it was gone. I'm sure Tom took it." Tom didn't say a word. Harry spoke. "Let's look for your rope. Don't blame poor Tom. We have been so mean to him. It's not right to judge a book by its cover." Just then, a stray dog ran past. It was carrying Jack's skipping rope in its mouth. The boys ran after the dog and got the skipping rope back. Jack felt very bad. All the boys realized their mistake. "We're sorry, Tom," said the boys. "We hope you still want to play with us." Tom smiled. "Yes," he said and ran off to play with him. Since that day, they were best friends with Tom. Don't judge a book by its cover. This means we must not make up our mind about something before knowing more about it.
And that is the story. The title is Don't Judge a Book by Its Cover. It's fun stories that you can learn from. And my guest is Kashifa Gelderblom. And now we'll be heading in for ads. And when we return, we continue.
Dis Pick n Pay se 55ste verjaarsdag. Ons laagste pryse is hier. Soos P&P langlewe melk 6 1 liter pakke vir net R74.99 van die Sweep en Nestlé Recoffee 750 gram koop
me, I am for you. I listen, 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 I hear. I hear the words of God so clear. I read, I read, I read, I know.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And we've got an exciting program on air today. My guest is Kashifa Gelderblom. And as you can hear there in the background, those are our feathery guests in studio. We have Mujahid, who is a McCoy breed of the parrot. So it's a macaw and not a McCoy. So thank you to listener 93 for that correction. I guess it's just the excitement. Yeah, we are so excited that we so much speaking wrong here on air. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Thanks for that correction to you, listener. And also inviting you, the listener, to go onto our Facebook page. We are streaming this interview live on Facebook. So if you'd like to see, what a macaw actually looks like, you'd be able to see via the Facebook stream. And so Kashifa, the book that you read, I know there's also a story behind that book and a reason as to why this book is special to you. And it's somehow also linked to Mujahid.
Well, when we got him, his feathers were all plucked out, like completely. And then the breeder said that he had a disability. He was born like that. We thought okay. Then a few weeks later, we took him to the vet, and then they told him that he had a disease, a type of disability. He couldn't fly at all because his skin is so it's
not like the other parrots. Yeah,
it's grown together.
So for how many hours? So when did you actually? How long do you actually have Mujahid now?
About 4 months now, I think.
Okay, and in bird years, how old would he be? Is it normal years? Because I know with animals they have different okay, so how old is he now?
He is, I think he's 4 years now.
4 years old. Okay, so at that age, what should a parrot be doing at that age, and what actually makes him different? Besides the disease that he has, and you can say it's a disability that he has. What do they normally do at that age?
Well, we don't know, but we don't treat like these different. I used to take more care of him. We treat them all equally.
Okay.
Because they all have their own personalities. There's this one cockatiel. There's also a type of very small bird.
Yes.
His name is Ali. That's my middle sister's bird.
All right.
When he was small, he had a big butt. He was very sure.
Oh, okay. So they look different as well.
Yes.
Interesting.
They all look so, they have their own personalities as well.
Okay.
So he looks like he's like a boss baby. He has that boss personality.
Okay. So they all have their own personalities. I also just want to go to our Facebook comments. We have the Dai Deal who's saying, Wa alaikum salam. I'm all the way from Malaysia. So we have some viewers on Facebook streaming from Malaysia. Another listener, Amandrea, saying, MashaAllah, they are beautiful family. Malika has been an outstanding Muslim, raising her children to be exceptional Muslims as well as girls. Big now, Kashifa, Aisha, and Noora, Dreya, saying salam. So this is all the people that know you. That's also, okay, mashallah. So, okay, so I see Mujahid stepped out of his cage now. And so you'd be able to sort of also see what it looks like. So initially, so he's got obviously a disability. So there's certain, parts on his wings that aren't developed. The feathers aren't growing in that sections, yeah. But otherwise, you basically treat him as all the other normal parrots.
Yes, he is. Oh, and
Okay.
he has a medicine. That's why he was woozy just now.
Oh,
'cause
so
he just
he's
got
on
his medicine.
medication. So, okay.
We're
So-
hoping it works so we can grow his feathers back.
Inshallah. So just also tell me about, what it is, what is required to actually care for a parrot. Do they also get they have to go for checkups, or what are some of the things that one needs to know? So if anyone wants to maybe actually have a parrot as a pet, what should they know?
Okay, the first thing you must know is this is very common right now. It's because they shouldn't get seeds, sunflower seeds. They only should
Okay.
get once a week.
All right.
Because all parrots are developing a very sickness with that seeds because they keep it every day.
What seeds are these?
It's a sunflower seed.
Sunflower.
Yes,
Okay, so how much is too much? Or what is the average amount?
Once a week.
Once a week.
And then, is there a certain amount that you need to give them?
Maybe like
It's like a sprinkle over the food.
Okay. So what type of food do they eat?
Like, if they eat the vegetables and
Yes. Vegetables and what else? What type of vegetables? What type
They-
of vegetables?
carrots, broccoli, onions, they can even eat chilies and jalapenos.
Okay. So when you're preparing their meals, do you like just do it like normal, or do you add a bit of spice, or like how do you prepare
No,
the
you do
meals?
not eat, you do not add any salt, spice, sugar, nothing. You just have to cook it.
Okay.
And then you
they
like
can
cut.
have spice, star anise,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
coffee seeds, like different. There's healthy seeds,
Healthier options, yeah. Okay.
and obviously barley, cooked barley, lentils.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they call it like a fresh chop.
Yeah.
So fresh veggies and stuff.
Okay, so listen, if you're wondering who the voice is behind, basically also adding on there is Malika. So Malika is the mother of Kashifa, and she's also joining us in studio today. So if you have any questions, maybe you can also share that and ask us, or rather ask Kashifa, because, she has been taking care of these parrots for some time. So your siblings, do they help you?
Yes, they do.
Are you a team? Are you like all okay?
Yes, kind of. So every like when we first, and so after one, I think, after one we start cleaning the cages.
All right.
Then we clean the trays, also we just wipe it out.
Yes.
So don't let flies all over.
Okay. Yes.
So then we give them food.
All right.
In the morning we give them food for their breakfast.
All right. And
Just
what
so-
time more or less is that?
So when you wake up, so 8
That
o'clock.
is teacher Muna.
That's teacher Muna, my
That
caretaker.
stays at
Okay.
I just
home.
want to give a shout out
So-
to her because she said I wasn't talking about.
Okay, but Bob actually is giving her also acknowledging her assistance.
So she also has a big help with the cages and the food
Yes.
and
She
preparing
makes the food.
Because obviously you attend school during the day.
Yes.
So
So
she helps out.
she cleans the house. She gives them the food. Then in the morning she go take. We put like, I just want to say something quickly. You have to put like make a dog for them, and they must
Alright.
be in the room where it's quiet, because if you make a noise too quickly, then they can have a heart attack and
Oh
die.
wow, really? Has that,
Yes.
so but have you experienced that with any
No,
of-
we are
okay,
still thankful.
thankfully
No,
not.
it
Okay. So also maybe also speak to us about some of your dreams. I know that you at the Sami Institute, and at the age of 10 you entered into Quran. How was that for you?
It was. I was actually very excited and happy that I finally reached my dream of being in the Quran. So
Okay.
before when I was still in the surah, I did go for 5 pages. I
Alright.
budgeted already, but then I not over. I wasn't bad or anything because I knew that I didn't really know it that well.
All right.
So then I started, and I was actually getting better at it.
Now I know that your grandmom's also in studio here this afternoon. So I think also maybe if you can speak about, your family members, your mom Malika, and then maybe just speak to us about your relationship with your other family members.
Well, my grandma, everyone call her Bablo, but it's Oma Bloomie. I just want to say that, please.
Okay.
It's a noise when you say Bablo. It's Oma Bloomie.
Okay, so what is so special about Oma Bloomie? Tell us.
Well, I get my drawing and sketching from her. She's a very nice sketcher. And
Okay.
if you see all her books, and then she is some amazing. She gets any sketcher reality.
Okay, your sister's whispering in your ear there. So tell us what she's just shared now. Is it something you want to share on air?
She said that I would say that my grandma was posh.
Okay.
You said that's very bling.
Oh, okay, mashallah. But you seem to have a good relationship, and you seem like a happy family. And I'm also thinking that, having these the only pets that you have?
No, we have a lot more at home.
You have many more at home. Okay. So hopefully one day we can maybe come and visit you at home, and we can maybe do a little video, and people can actually see what it's like, maybe a day in the life of Kashifa Gelderblom. Hopefully we can, work on that. But our time is fast running out because we are heading into Asr now. So, and so we will be maybe just ending off for now. We take the Asr break. And then when we come back, we can do a proper ending to this interview, inshallah. So we'll be heading in for some commercials, and then we're heading into the Asr prayer.
ShopRite's Extra Savings Card is giving instant cash savings to over 15 million members with every swipe. Keep swiping